quite possibly the most simplistic, minimalist rig I've ever made. This is probably the, I guess, most optimized DJ rig I've ever made, ever. Okay? Usually, I've got all kinds of shit going on. And I have to show you this one because this one I don't know why I didn't think of this before. This is a keyboard stand, which you've seen before. I'm sure it's a Z-shaped, and it's just whatever. It rises up or down, so you could use it while sitting, or in this case, maximum height about 35 inch when standing, which is good. Has a headphone hanger, of which you could hang the headphone here or here, but I happen to put it in the back. We're using the Denon DJ SC Live 4, and what's unique about this controller is a 4-deck controller. It is completely standalone. There's no computer at all. Okay, it's running off this 2 terabyte solid state flash drive, and the unique part is I don't need a monitor because there's speakers built in. Actually, you can turn them on or off. If you want to hook up real monitors, you can just turn it off and run it to powered speakers. Everything is all in one. To make it even better, this is the AI, or I, whatever. These are DJ headphones that are Bluetooth, but they're also extremely low latency studio headphones. I mean, we're talking low enough latency that you can still DJ with them. I mean, there's a slight latency, but it does not mix up the mix. Bluetooth will never do that. Bluetooth is way high, 40, 80, 100 milliseconds, no good. It's horrible for DJ mixing. Well, the way this one does it is a tiny little switch in the one side here, and you switch it one direction, and it's Bluetooth, and you switch it to the other, and it connects to a proprietary transmitter. So this transmitter here is going to the headphone out of the controller, and I figured, well, I need to put it somewhere, so I got this little pencil case, magnetic. There you go. It's completely out of the way. You can also get it out and recharge it if necessary. And so now you have a wireless, extremely low latency monitor and wireless headphones. This is, you still need power for this, but that's okay. So this is what it looks like from the back. Very clean. And you would run your XLRs out. Now, on the other side, I'll be using this shortly. This is a outdoor waterproof box. This is a cheap China thing, but what's different about this is I have a really short power cord going to the power strip, and that powers the controller. And these two cables here are 15-foot powered speaker cables that'll run to the powered speakers. And then if you look carefully, these little things here, I know it's hard to see, but there's little areas for the wires to come in. So what you would do is you run the wire here and here, and then when you put it down, the wire doesn't get crushed and they can come out. So you basically, you could hide all the wires in a nice little box, because presentation is important. How you look of your, wires running in everywhere if you're a complete slob or whatever. So in this case, you'll see the main power is going in. Snap this down like this. Snap it down there. That's all the client will see, is a black box on the floor. All the wires will be hidden out and all emanating from the box. So, one other thing I need to show you, but I need to shut this down first. Turn off player. This is something that I found that is extremely hard to find. Okay, it's blinking, blinking, blinking. As soon as that shuts off. Okay. your standard 3-prong power cord. But this is not a standard 3-prong power cord. This is made by Hubble. I would guess that this is actually the same people who make the Hubble Space Telescope. I don't know. I might be wrong about that, but it is made by Hubble. This little connector is something where between $24 and $60 for this plug. I recently got this for 24 bucks. It's an expensive plug, but what's the reason? Well, many times when you're DJing, you don't want people tripping on the power cord. Now, what this plug that Hubble has, I guess this is made for medical purposes. You know, don't pull the plug on me. This plug has a little screw that when you tighten it down, see what it's doing? That little bolt is coming out into the ground wire. It's actually a brilliant design. What you do is you, well, assuming I could plug it in and show you, let's plug it in here. Might be easier. Okay. So I plugged it in, and then you tighten down the little ground screw. And guess what? That thing is not coming out. It is really in there. Nobody can accidentally trip and stop the music. So, you know, it's pretty cool. There you go. Undo it, comes right out. Good luck on finding these. It's a special part number. You can't buy them in the store, but this is a great idea because oftentimes you get to a gig and it's been used 1,000 times by a million other DJs and the plugs are all loose and everything's falling apart, and it's so easy to trip over the cord or it just falls out. Well, this fixes that problem. You are not tripping over that cord. So yeah, I mean, so all you need is this box, the stand, and 2 powered monitors, and I'm done. I'm probably gonna build in some sort of, I'm thinking some sort of cell phone stand, so the cell phone can like lean back or something, you know, a little stand. That would be a good idea. You got an SD card here, you got 2 USBs, booth monitor out, main out, auxiliary in, which you can use with a Bluetooth receiver. And then the only other thing that is important is Denon DJ works with XFAT, which is a format that is it's a good operating system because it's very compatible, but in my experience, XFAT is more prone to get corrupted, and so you should always have a backup of your drive just in case it gets corrupted. You can fix it by hooking it to a Windows computer and running a repair, but in an emergency, you're not going to want that to happen. So you don't want to pull the power on an XFAT formatted drive. It's not as robust as NTFS or HFS, which is a Mac format. So when you first turn on the controller, you'll see it immediately wants to connect to Wi-Fi, and it is connected. If I hit View, I hit Source, I have Amazon Music, and I could load any song of like 10 million songs, you know. Let's just load something up here, and it's downloading. So like a client asks for something, I wouldn't use this as a primary device, but client asks for something and you don't have it. A little slow today. Oh, didn't work. Way to go, Amazon. Loading. Must have some crappy internet today. So anyway, that's just a backup. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is go over. Yeah, it's not right. Oh, I might have canceled the subscription. So that drive is split into M1 and M2. Okay, which is it's one drive split into 2 equal portions, terabyte and a terabyte. They're both formatted exFAT. It was a trick to get that, but I got it done. M1 is my country music only, okay? Only country music, nothing else, okay? You hit playlists, and you'll see, you know, all the playlists and everything, you know? And we could load a track. It's a little slow when it first starts up. So that means when I'm doing, you know, one type of gig, you load it up here. I don't need to see country music if I'm not playing it. Okay, here we go. That's playing off of M1. You hit the view button again, and hit source, hit M2. Now I have all my playlists. I have Ultimix, Funky Mix, Promo Only, Billboard Charts, Select Mix, and you know, these are different. These are totally different songs for totally different things. I have a party coming up. It's going to be 70s, I'm assuming. So I'm going to click 70s, and I will play 70s. I won't be using it now all the time, but it's there. So it's loading. Let's off of one volume here. And then we'll load a 70s track off of here. Yeah. Can't play too much because YouTube will shut me down. But it's playing off of two different drives, and if you don't want to see certain music, you can keep it separated, and that way you don't have to worry about it searching slow, and you don't have to see it in the list. I don't need to see 70s music unless I'm playing old music for older people. Same thing with Latin. I'm gonna take a 4 terabyte drive. I'm gonna split it up. I'm gonna have Latin on one. I'm gonna have you know, old music on another, country music on another. It's all gonna be split up, and you know, radio edits on one, remixes on another. It's going to be perfect. You know, maybe you don't play freestyle music, not too often, but you want to have it with you. And so it's, you know, can't play it because YouTube will shut me down. This is a really, really cool controller. I have the portable version of Prime Go, but this bigger one just makes it better. 4 decks. There's rumor they're going to bring stems to it, but I don't care. But the most important thing, I think, is this button. Echo out. It's a nice controller. And I got, you know, it's just completely standalone. So, and that's it. That's the 2023 rig, mid 2023 rig. I don't think I'm gonna change much to this one. I'm just probably gonna put some, I don't know, maybe a shelf or something. I mean, could put a phone stand or something or whatever. And that's it. Look how nice and neat that looks. You know, no wires. All nicely hidden, and you have to look nice. You can't have wires running everywhere, and not to mention that people could trip over it, and like, you know, it's just not good. So in this case, this works out perfect. So I'm gonna get an extra AC cord because these break, and put an SD card in the back as a backup source in case that gets corrupted. And pretty much that's about it. Next, the most important thing is basically keeping that library all organized and tidy, you know, because that's I love it.